In a quiet village nestled along the icy banks of the White Sea in northern Russia, three childhood friends, Vasily, Sergei, and Kolya, shared an enduring tradition of fishing. Every spring, as the ice melted and the waters teemed with life, the trio would embark on a fishing trip. This year, their expedition began with the same sense of excitement, but it would soon take a turn none of them could have anticipated. The morning of their departure was crisp and clear. The sky was a vast expanse of blue, and the wind carried the scent of the sea. Vasily, the oldest and most experienced, had inherited a sturdy fishing boat from his father. It was small but dependable, with a weathered hull that bore scars of countless trips. "We'll be back in 3 days," Vasily reassured their families as they loaded supplies into the boat. Sergei, always the joker, grinned. 3 days and enough fish to feed the whole village for a week. Kolya, the youngest and most cautious, double-checked the supplies, his brow furrowed. He had an uneasy feeling, but he brushed it aside. They set off just as the sun began to rise, casting golden light over the water. The boat cut through the gentle waves, and laughter echoed across the sea as they shared stories and sang old songs. By evening, they had reached their usual fishing spot, a secluded area rich with cod and herring. The first few days passed in a blur of hard work and camaraderie. The sea was kind, and their nets were heavy with fish. But on the fourth day the wind shifted. The once calm waters grew restless, and dark clouds gathered on the horizon. "Storm's coming," Vasily muttered, his voice grim. They decided to head back, but as they turned the boat towards home, the storm struck with ferocious speed. The wind howled and waves rose like walls around them, tossing the boat like a toy. For hours they battled the storm. Water flooded the deck, and their compass was lost to the sea. With no way to navigate and the coastline obscured by the storm, they drifted further and further from home. Exhausted and soaked to the bone, they clung to the hope that the storm would pass. When the sun finally broke through the clouds, they found themselves adrift in a vast, empty expanse of water. The familiar coastline was nowhere in sight. Their food supplies, meant for only a few days, were dwindling, and their water barrels had been contaminated by seawater. For days, they rationed what little they had, eating raw fish and collecting rainwater in makeshift containers. Their spirits wavered between hope and despair as they scanned the horizon for any sign of land or a passing ship. They spoke of their families in the village, clinging to memories of home to keep their spirits alive. Weeks passed. Their beards grew wild, and their bodies grew thin, but their bond grew stronger. Vasily, ever the leader, kept them focused. Sergei's humor, though faint, brought moments of levity, and Kolya's resourcefulness kept them alive, fashioning tools and traps to catch fish with their dwindling supplies. Finally, after nearly a month at sea, their fortunes changed. One morning, as the sun rose, Kolya spotted a faint outline on the horizon. "Land!" he shouted, his voice hoarse with excitement. With renewed energy, they rowed towards it, their arms burning with effort. The land turned out to be a small, rocky island. There was no village, no people, only solitude. But it offered fresh water and shelter, which gave them a chance to recover and plan their next move. Using materials they scavenged from the island and parts of their damaged boat, they fashioned a makeshift sail. Days later, with the wind at their backs, they set off again, guided by the stars and Vasily's instinct. Luck was on their side. On the 31st day of their ordeal, they sighted the familiar coastline of their village. As they approached the shore, the villagers gathered, their faces a mix of shock and relief. The three men, gaunt but alive, stepped onto the beach, their legs trembling beneath them. Their families rushed to embrace them, tears streaming down their faces. In the days that followed, the friends recounted their harrowing tale over bowls of hot soup by the fire. They spoke of the storm, the endless days at sea, and the bond that had carried them through. The village celebrated their return, and the trio became local legends, their story a testament to resilience and friendship. Though they never ventured far from shore again, their journey remained a reminder of the sea's power and the strength of the human spirit. And each spring, as the ice melted and the waters came alive, the villagers would tell the tale of Vasily, Sergei, and Kolya, the men who defied the sea and found their way home.